Yo, what is up? Thank you all for tuning in wherever and whenever you're watching this. My name is Tyler Brewer. I've been trading since 2019, here with the special guest, the usual co-host, Garrison. What's going on,
What's
brother? How are
good,
you tonight?
family? I'm great. I'm great. Blessed and highly favored, like you
Yes,
say.
sir. Yes, sir. Every night. Guys, what is going on? So today, we are going to be covering a couple different things. Garrison's going to hop into some charts and what he has prepared for us today. But before we do that, guys, trading and investing involves risk. Risk means potential loss. We are not financial advisors. So with that being said, do your own research and it's not financial advice. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
bro. You should be able to. Let me still trying to figure this out.
So
All right.
guys, well, today I'm gonna be going over like how to kind of decide if you want to enter a project and if it's a sustainable project and something you want to risk, something I'd be willing to risk my money on. So first off, I want to thank Mike Satara for writing this book here. I'll go up here. It gives me a good breakdown. It helps. It's a very good tool to like be a teacher as well. It gives you good tips and stuff. So actually, I got a lot of my information and stuff from in here. So shout out to Mike Sotero for that. So first step we're gonna do is we're gonna start off. We're gonna go to CoinGecko here first. You want to look at obviously this is where you'll get all your websites and stuff here. You'll see the price here, market cap, and all this good stuff. This is where you want to be. This is personally where I like to be when I first start researching a coin. This is the max chart. So this started the 15th of June in 2020. And it's actually lower, or it's actually started off higher than it is now, pretty much. I'll get into a little bit later of what the early investors got in at. So first, we're going to look at the tokenomics, the market cap. I personally like to look for projects over at least 10 million. Um, or I mean, yeah, 10 million. And then that's just a rule of thumb that I like to look at because anything less, it's very easy to manipulate. Even this market cap you can manipulate if it's not done correctly. But today I'm going to go into a little bit of how to avoid tokens like that. Um, so the market cap you like to be it like you like it to see you like it to be as close as to the fully diluted value as you can. If that is, you're less likely to see dilution like of these coins. So, the market cap, like I said, you like it to be pretty high here. This is a good price. I'll show you Bitcoin, for example. Bitcoin's going to be way higher just because it's a pretty big project, I'd say. But as you can see, that's the market cap for this. But we'll go back to compound.
21K. Sorry, I had some in my throat, bro.
Oh, you're good. So you like to look at the circulating supply and stuff too, as you can see. Most of it is circulating. All of it is released. All the tokens are now released. You can see this is the amount of value that's locked up. You like to see more of it locked up. Personally, I do. Because that means people are comfortable with the project. There's staking protocols and stuff where you lock up your compound in this example, and you get return and interest on it. And yeah, so you have to lock it up for a certain amount of time sometimes, and this is currently how much money is locked up in compound. So then from here, I like to personally go take a look at the icodrops.com. You can see like the price that early investors got in. Right here, you can see that the token sale ended 15th of June. Let's see, remember, I took the max here, 15th of June, it was right here. So automatically, the early investors got in with a pretty big profit there. Started off at about $78, it looks like. The early investors right here, as you can see, they got it at about 34 USD, which is a pretty good price. It's as close to where it's at right now. So personally, I'm looking in to scale into a little bit of that, but there's more than just this. This is the early investor. This is always like a target zone of entry that I like to look at. I know Tyler likes to use this website as well. And yeah, so it also gives you a few more links and stuff here. Um, like the role of the token as a utility token, blah blah. So you click here, we'll go to let's go to the distribution of it first. So you like to look at that and see how they're gonna distribute the tokens and make sure the plan of attack here is gonna be pretty good and they're not gonna dilute the market and ruin the token like
Yeah, bro. I want to make sure that puppy's not a Chuck E. Cheese token, you know?
exactly. So right here pretty much breaks it down how they're gonna be released. You can look into this a little bit more yourself. Just go to kind of saw how I got there. It's also right here. If you click on CoinGecko here and go to medium.com, it'll bring you to the same exact website I'm at. Click governance. How did I get there? Go into here and then you click that, but then it'll bring you here. And then yeah, you kind of see it tells you of how they're doing it, why, and gives you a little chart here. Whoops. And it even shows you where you can monitor the newly created compound distribution. So that's actually going to be my next stop here. So you come in here, you can see this is the daily distribution. Um, say that's a pretty good number. You don't want to see a bunch of coins distributed in one day. Let's see. It also gives you a little bit of what compound is. So the asset that empowers the community governance of the compound protocol, comp token holders and their delegates debate, propose, and vote on all the changes to the protocol. So everybody who holds the token has a little bit of a say of what goes on. It's kind of like a democracy in a little way. If I know my politics right. So by placing comp directly into the hands of users and applications, an increasingly large ecosystem will be able to upgrade the protocol and will be incentivized to collectively steward the protocol into the future with good governance. It also shows how the distribution will work each day. Like it said, 1,234 will be distributed. It's already hit that today. The day's over in some places. Um, so within each market, half the distribution is earned by suppliers and the other half's earned by borrowers. What do you think, Tyler? You think that's a pretty good way to distribute these tokens?
Yeah, I would say so.
That's that's here. This is not financial advice, guys. This is just how we are looking at it.
I would say that's fair.
Yeah, me
You know,
too.
considering, 7%, 10% of the team isn't holding the token, because
Yeah,
now at least it's not a Chuck E. Cheese token, right?
right, right. So as a user, what do I need to do if I hold this, or if I want to receive it? Use compound to supply or borrow your assets, you automatically begin accruing. Is that how I say that?
Yeah, I think so.
Accruing. In the market distribution table above, you can see how much comp is distributed by market and activity. You can track and claim your comp distribution in the dashboard. So let's just go here. Maybe I should connect my wallet to this. I haven't done this yet. But this is also another little look at everything. Um, a little bit more numbers here rather than words. we'll go ahead and we'll go back to CoinGecko. This is the next thing I like to look at. Um, so you click Etherscan here. It'll also bring you to all the tokens or like everything that's been done with Compound. Look, this was done 18 seconds ago. This person grabbed two from Coinbase. Um, but we'll look at holders. Click holders here. This is how much they're holding. It looks like this is all theirs, if I'm correct here. So this is the amount that they're all hold. Um, they they have to keep some themselves, obviously. So there's not too many there's not a whale that can just completely dilute it. Obviously they could as well, but this is the good thing about Etherscan and blockchain. You can come in and see what they do with these literally by the second, guys. 18 seconds ago we saw that. So this is interesting info to see before you buy. You want to make sure they're holding 15%. You obviously personally I don't like to see anything above like I guess 20% really, but um 50% would be a red flag. Anything above like what would you say, Tyler? Like 40 to 50% would be a red flag.
Yeah, but I think it also partially depends on who owns the wallet as well. Like for example, if you
True.
look at those, you can see like the compound reservoir, the
Well, yeah, there's definitely
comptroller.
more than 20% here, so
Yeah, and but that's also owned by, the team wallets too.
right, right.
But obviously it is important to pay attention to how much and who's owning it. You definitely nailed that on the head, bro.
Yeah, because as you can see, Binance holds some. That would be good to know. I'm sure FTX might have had some. You could have saw that on here.
Yeah, and then even when FTX crash or when you went on FTXs, you could see Binance held multiple tokens, and when everybody went on their little bank run and sold, Binance said,
Binance.
yeah, we're gonna sell ours too. We don't like you.
Right. And I also want to take you guys to one last page and then I'll pass it over to Tyler. This is not really the spot I thought this was going to take me to. 1 second, guys. Same thing. We just have to cut this part out. I'm looking for like the team.
Um, Click the search up there in the top right and just type in the team or founders. Maybe see if that pops up. Yeah, this is also something too that you want to pay attention to see who's a part of the project, who's with the project. And sometimes it's a
Thought I had it pulled up earlier. I think I might have exit out of the tab, but
that's all right.
um,
But yeah, usually you can find them through scrolling through the white papers. Sometimes they're on their Twitter. Sometimes you just have to do the research. You have to really kind of look into it. And sometimes it's a little bit hidden. Sometimes they're not doxed. Obviously, doxed teams are a little more trustworthy considering you know who they are and they're not hiding an identity. But
right. Yeah, guys, I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit of that today, and this is the current price. This is the current zone I'm looking to buy. Um, don't ask me why. I'm not a fortune teller. This is just personally the spot that I think that is a good zone to buy. So I'll go ahead and pass that over to Tyler, and yeah, thank you guys for listening.
appreciate you, bro. I'm a little upset to hear that you can't tell the future because I was hoping you were gonna call my next compound trade.
Oh, hold up. I just clicked Decentraland and then I'll let you switch
You're
screens.
good, bro. You're
But
good.
yeah, no, I'm not no fortune teller here, so
You want to make me the host so I can oh wait, no, I can do this. I'm good. Bro, I got Zoom, baby. We're learning. I can just click reclaim host. I don't even gotta ask no more. Go crazy. All right.
let's go.
Right. We're stepping up in the world.
When
All right, let me
I'm slacking on my end, you can just go ahead and take it.
Like, what the hell is this guy showing these people? No, but first things first, guys. I want to pull up a couple different things. One thing, since Garrison was pulling up links and good places to go, places to research, I want to pull up something too. This is actually also shout out to Mike. This is something I learned a little while back, but inside of that, the the found. God, why can't I think of the name? What's the name of the book, bro?
The tokenomics blueprint.
Yeah, the tokenomics blueprint. So, the tokenomics blue. Oh my goodness,
I have it pulled up right
what's
here.
what screen can you see?
The laid back llamas.
Okay, perfect. Um, yeah, so we Mike's book, honestly, it really went over a lot of good things. There's a lot of if you go find him on Twitter, he's got it on there as well. You can get the book for free. It's an ebook. It's 12 pages. Super, super, super valuable information. Put very simplistically. It's not very complex. You can go in there, read it, and probably under 10 minutes. Even if you're a slow reader, there's nice, graphics, things like that. But this is down at the bottom. He has a couple different websites, and this is one of the websites. Now, as it's very useful for NFTs. And for example, I actually searched up here. So I searched laid back llamas. Shout out to the llamas because I'm holding one. But
Yes,
so, for
sir.
example, you can come in here, you can see the floor price, how much you need to break even if you buy it at this price, the total resale fee, how many sales in the last 30 days, the last 7 days, the 24-hour sales, how many different unique owners, how many assets, how much volume traded. So, these are really, really important things to look at. And not only does it do that, but you can come in here and see real-time sales, really, stuff that's really for sale. It actually gives you the rank on a lot of these. So if you scroll down here, you can see best rank for money. So out of these listed, you can see, I think some of them are listed too, because down here, you can see. So like, right now, you can actually buy this one for 0.1. This is the best for its buck at the moment. I'm pretty sure because it has this little trophy, right? But I don't know that to be true. I think that's just what I've come to a conclusion here. So I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on that, but these are the one with the little trophy is the best for the buck in this little category. But you can come in here, see the ranks, and this would have been a lot helpful, Garrison, when we were first looking at the llamas. Had we remember to use this. But you can come in here, search them. I'm gonna search this one just for whatever reason. But uh but you can come in here,
Whose
you can
is that? Check
I
that
don't
wallet
know.
out.
I don't know. Let's see it on OpenSea really quick.
You won't even see my 3949 quirky in there.
Oh
It's
man,
hidden.
bro, this dude's holding some decent, bro. But yeah, I honestly I just want to share this little website with you because you can come in here, and you can really get the details. Cheapest assets for trait, with this background. So now you can see what's the next cheapest trait. It gives you a lot of really, really good stuff, and you can see each different the background, this background, worst ranks. So it's honestly it's a dope website, and this is not the homepage. If you come here to the homepage, you can come in here. You can go to top volumes. This is awesome, guys. I mean, you all the details, all the 24-hour change, 24-hour volume. Like you can really come in here and see what's happening. Shout out to the Mutant Hounds, Garrison. Should have bought one,
What
bro.
are the collars at 1.5?
I thought that's what it was. The Mutant Hound. There's collars. Here it is. Here it is.
Yeah, 1.5.
Last the 24-hour volume, bro, 746 ETH, 1.6.
I was looking at that at 0.5 E, guys.
E but yeah, this is a dope website. Definitely come and utilize it. Otherwise, what we got for you today. That was just the beginning. So honestly, guys, really what we do here, and I say this every time, so if this is your first video, what we like to do is we like to create a story in the market, right? We read and react. We don't guess and gamble. In order to read and react, we need something to read, right? So what we need to do is we need to create a story inside the market. Now, in order to do that, right, we're going to need two things. We need to look at all the coins. We need to look at all crypto, right? So we come in here on CoinGecko. Oh my goodness. I think the other day when I looked at this, bro, it was under 900 billion. So to see that pump is it's pretty lit. We're almost at a trillion. We're almost back at a trillion, baby. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Right?
This is just a or a bull trap, guys.
Yeah, right. Don't get too excited, guys. Because really what I see here is, even if we put a little bit of fib clusters on here, and by fib clusters, I'm just using this fib tool and putting it multiple times over and seeing what zones line up, right? And now what we'll do is see, where actually, see, look at that. You move this just slightly. I'm also gonna move this one now. So I'm pretty much putting a cluster of fibs on here, and now you can kind of see, right? It looks crazy, but let me break the fib tool down for you really quick. So what does this fib tool do? If you don't know what it does, it's going to hopefully make it make sense really, really fast. Where is my little pencil? How about this brush? Can I draw with that? Oh, heck yeah, we're using it. All right, so what we're doing, right? So what we want to do is measure a move in the market. So what I'm going to do, this is a really bad visual of a market. So just ignore that part of it. But we're going to use this fib tool again, right? So what we're doing is we're measuring from the lowest low to the highest high of this move, right? So this initial push of the move was started where? We could say down here. So I'm just going to actually use this low, right? So kind of this initial push was really from right here, but I'm going to use it right here. So you go in the direction of the trend. So if it's going up, you start from the bottom, move up to the top, right? Then you go to the top. And the reason why I move this one is because I go by the wicks, right? But if you're going by the wicks, you don't want to just pick the farthest wick. You want to pick the body of the candle, right? You see the little candle, the body. Oh my goodness, they're getting fat. All right, so the body is this little thick white part, thick blue part on this one, and then the wick is this little line. So if the body, right, you want to get the lowest low of the body. Now when we come in here, you can see a little bit easier, right? If I go to the bottom of this body, it doesn't go down as low as this one does. So I'm going to use the low of this wick instead of this one. And that's why originally I moved it in the first place. So when you're doing that, you play with it a little bit, because it doesn't have to be exact. You can actually move it to, look, because these two are the same. So we can move it to that one or this one. Play with this, see where it makes sense the most. And over time, you'll kind of get a hang for where you need to put it and which move you should put it off of. And it's, again, not a bad idea to put multiple, right? The fib clusters, clustered, right? Clusters, clustered. It's clustered because we have multiple fibs here, but the reason I'm doing that is because we're finding these zones, right? And now with these zones, so from here to here, we can all agree that's 100% of the move. So if the market decides to retrace from the top, right, down to this level, it has now retraced 23.6 of this initial 100% move. Same thing. Can I stretch this? I can. Go crazy. So we initially retraced 23% of the move. Now let's say it keeps going, and we have that 38.2, right? This next level. Now it's retraced 38.2%, 50%, 61.8, 7. Oh my goodness. 78.6, 88.6. And there's a reason, rhyme or reason for these levels. I'm not going to go in that today, but pretty much this is a measuring tool, right? We're measuring this move from this bottom to this high. That's 100%. And then we're measuring where the market's coming back. It came back 23.6%, 38.2, 50%. So this is half the move, right? This is exactly half. We're not using some crazy, math or anything. We're just using this little tool to identify patterns. So we have this pattern, and these patterns happen quite often. Now I'm not going to go over exactly what that pattern is just yet. There we go. Oh my goodness. No more drawing. But so we measured this move, and now patterns, right? I want to recognize patterns on this little fib tool, right? That we're measuring. So what patterns are we looking for, Tyler? Well, we have two last levels of support, and I'm gonna mark them here really quick. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where's my favorites bar, bro? It disappeared. What did this? There it is. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark these. So here's last level support number 1, last level support number 2. And the reason I'm calling it last level support is, and it's funny how this works out, because I draw some random chart and it works so perfectly, right? So this level is where most of the buyers come in and buy, right? And according to my drawing, you can actually see, right? We had a pump up. Dude, it works so perfectly all the time. And so it comes back down, right? And this is where all the buyers bought. I didn't draw this intentionally this way. I just did some scribbles, but it worked out almost how exactly this fib tool, it did exactly what we were looking for it to do. And even though it was just some random chart, it actually turned out that it's working on this chart too. So This level, these last levels of support is where most of the buyers sit. So when it comes back down to this level, we have to get rid of these buyers in order to break through these lows, meaning that these levels are a little bit stronger than the rest of these right off the bat. So now that we have that out the way, right now we can go up to the 50% 618 zone. Now, let's say you go in the grocery store, Garrison. You're in the grocery store, bro, and not the 10-minute mark. But I would say we go in the grocery store, bro, and you see some hot sauce on the shelf, right? And normally, right? Normally, and when you say normal, that's when I hear normal, I think what tends to happen. Normally, normal, this is something that normally happens. It tends to happen a lot. So
Okay.
normally when you go in the gas station, or not the gas station, the grocery store, unless you're getting gas station salsa, um, and let's say you go in the grocery store and you go get some salsa, bro, right? You're seeing like fucking spicy, super hot, burns your ass, like sweet, topped with sugar, creme brulee type thing, whatever. But what you don't see is normal. You don't see normal, right? You don't see this normal. But here in trading, we have a normal. And what normally happens at this level, right? When it comes here, is we see that move up. So we have right here, right? So we have this measurement. Let me take this one off here so we can see a little bit. So we measured from this high to this low. So we went in the direction of the market, right? So we started up the top, measured the top, pulled down the bottom. And so what we have, as you can see, so we measured from here to this low. So now we're seeing what happens with these moves after this measurement, right? From this candle to this candle, we're measuring, and now we want to see what happens. So we can see it retrace to the 23.6, 38.2, and now we're coming up to the 50% 618 level. Now, normally what happens at these levels is it'll come in here and it'll continue down. That's normally what happens. So we're going to use this tool like a ladder, if that makes sense, right? So I'm kind of going up the ladder in these. So we have last levels of support 1 and 2. We have our normal levels, right? In between here. I guess we can call it normal zone. The zone from 61.8 to 50%. Sometimes it comes in and perfectly touches these levels, right? Just the 50% or the 618. And then we have these two levels, right? Now, when it comes down here and bounces off of here, we have and continues up, it's a strong trend. Now, this is like a medium strong trend, and this is our normal trend. And then this is our last levels of support. So if it bounces off here, normally, right? Usually you will see something like this, right? It'll come in here, boom, and then continue up with a strong push up. With a 38.2, you'll see it come down in here, and you'll see like that medium strong move push up. And here you'll see that normal push up. And a lot of the times, right, when it comes down here is a smart money play. And by smart money, I mean there's a lot of market manipulation by whales or large money holders. So in order for them to buy, they want to sell first. If they want to sell, they want to buy first. So if they want to get in this market right here, if they want to buy right here, right, and everybody sees that same area and wants to buy, if everybody buys, it's overbought. But if Garrison buys, and I'm a whale, right? Garrison buys here, and I'm like, hey, everybody's buying. I need to get all these buyers out, and then I can capture the liquidity and buy in. So what happens is these big money holders will buy in, or the regular traders buy in during this, and then the whales come in and say, you know what? Let's short it off, drop them out of this level, right? Because it broke below here, broke below where they bought in, so most likely hit their stop loss. And then what do? They buy in, ride it up. And that's where them smart money plays happen a lot of the time. So when the market comes down here and tests this level, a lot of times it's getting rid of all these fake holders, right? We're coming in, getting whale moves, the smart people, the investors. And a lot of the money that gathers pretty much from here beyond is mostly hype. Maybe even from the 61.8 and beyond is mostly hype. People getting in after the main move has happened. But I don't want to go too in depth with this. I just kind of wanted to explain how to, I guess I kind of did, considering I just broke down how to use the tool. But the main reason I did this is because we want to learn how to create a story in the market. Now we only have 6 minutes left, so I'm gonna make it fast. So pay attention, otherwise you're gonna have to put this in slow motion and listen. But so we have this move, right? So we're coming up here, and the reason I said we're using it as a ladder, right? Because when it comes here, it's not always guaranteed to stop and continue up, not guaranteed to stop and continue up, not guaranteed to come here and continue up. It could come here, play, and still come through. Now, This is a tool where we're recognizing patterns. It helps us recognize patterns. It doesn't guarantee the patterns. It helps us recognize them. So when it comes here, you need to see, okay, let's make sure it respects here. Okay, respects, moves up, breaks up, retest, boom, goes up. And on that retest is where you want to enter. Now, you don't always get the retest, but that's a whole different plan for a whole different day with discipline and trading plan. So what we're doing is we're going to create this story really, really quick. And I want to show a couple different news things, and then we'll let you guys go. So we're creating this story, right? So if we expect Bitcoin, right, what normally happens, now I broke this down, if it normally comes up here to the zone, right, and we're measuring this move, we're still expecting it to come up a little bit longer, right? And this is the total market cap. So this is all of crypto. So if that's being said, what do we expect with the rest of the coins? If all of the market cap is going to gain money, that means majority of the coins, not all of them, are going to go up as well because more money is flowing into the space. Now, it doesn't mean every coin will, because some people don't like meme coins and some people like, the good coins. I'm not going to say who's who, but do your research. But if we're expecting to continue up, we're gonna want to look for more moves up, right? We're creating that story. That way we're not just guessing like, oh, I think it's gonna go up. Well, no, now we're kind of, hey, according to our pattern that I just broke down for you, we're kind of expecting to go up because normally it goes to the zone and it hasn't hit it yet. And it just broke through. Look, it just broke through our 38.2% level, right? So since it broke that level, we're going to continue. We're going to think it's still going to go up because it didn't respect that level. It did broke through it, right? Normally it would have stayed above it and continued down for that strong move or that medium strong move, right? So it broke through here, right? And then so if it breaks through there, we got to go to the next step up on the ladder. So the next step up is this next level. Now, if it respects there and continues down, we can, it's going to continue down. But if it breaks through, we need to look for that next step up, which would be the last level support, or not last level support, our normal zone. So knowing that, right? So now we can even measure a little bit bigger of a move. So we're going to measure this one, right? So on a little bit larger of a scale, where does this market need to come back up to? It needs to come back up to this normal zone, right? And according to CoinGecko, we're at that trillion dollar level, but different markets and different metrics, right? So you want to keep these in mind because when you're trading, these gaps might be slightly different. Okay, so we're creating that story. Now that brings me over to Bitcoin. So now we're going to use that same tool, right? Same tool on Bitcoin. And what are we looking at? Well, we're on the weekly chart, so we're going to break it down and get a little bit more detailed view, right? So now we measured from this high to this low, right? We have these levels that it broke through, right? Came here, tested. What happened? That strong moved down. Medium strong, right? It wasn't super strong, so it didn't respect this one. It was that medium strong. But you could see, had some struggles, broke through, had some struggles, pushed back down, had a little bit of struggles. If you break it down on a smaller time frame, we can look and it struggled a little bit here. And then guess what? It broke through. Well, now look where we're at. We're at our normal zone. And guess what? What do we need to look for? Let's see if it respects here and continues down like it normally would, or let's see if it breaks through this level and hits our last level support, which is what I'm expecting. So when it hits 21K and everyone's like, oh my God, it's the bull run. Don't get too excited because we expected this small retracement up to continue down. Because if you look at it on a larger time frame and use that same tool, right? Use that same tool. Well, guess what? Right? We'll just keep moving it. Now, guess what? This is where the fib cluster is coming in handy, because if we had that same fib, right? That was our last level support. Well, guess where it comes in on this bigger time frame? It comes in the normal level. So guess what? It was surprising that it came up here, right? And will come back down. If that happens, will I be surprised? No, I will not be surprised, because we're reading the market. We're not guessing and gambling. We're reading and reacting to what's happening. And this is extremely important because a lot of people just guess. I see it happen every day in group chats, and I'm not mad at it. But
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter all over the place. But and this is funny too, right? Because Bitcoin inches towards 19K as recession scare subsides, right? So you're starting to see and it's funny too. I know we only have a minute, so I'm just going to share this last thing.
We could restart it if you want.
No, bro, with the last experience. But you're seeing some bullish sentiment in the market, but keep in mind that means we might be able to push a little bit farther down, right? So with that being said, guys, thank you all for tuning in. If you guys got some value, hit the links below, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. That way, every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, you get the notification. We appreciate you all. Stay tuned. Hit the links below. and we'll see you next time. Thanks, family.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.